Alright guys, so welcome to today's video, and in today's video we will continue our work on this One Piece game right here. And yeah, so in today's episode we will make our devil fruit load, so in the last episode we have made this devil fruit right here eatable, so I'm not able to eat it currently because I already own a devil fruit. And let me just go sort of here. So as you can see, my devil fruit value is Gomu. I'm not able to eat that thing once again. And in today's episode, as I've said, we will make this thing loadable, okay? And I actually did consider to create some kind of devil fruit remover, so we might also create a devil fruit removing fruit in today's episode, if we still have enough time left. Okay, so we will of course have other possible ways, or I can show you other possible ways to make your devil fruit being removed. So not only the possibility of a devil fruit removing fruit, but also of, I don't know, maybe a bug which removes your devil fruit, or some kind of NPC who just removes your devil fruit, So we also can go through those opportunities if you guys want to. Just comment. So okay, now let me work on this devil fruit loader right here. So let me go inside of this df script, and let's do the following. So we are going to refer to the game, okay, and then to the players tab, and then we are going to refer to this event called player edit. And what this event does is that it actually just fires every time when a new player has been added to this game. And the player who has been added is referred by, by this argument right here called player. Now, stats f. So stats f stands for stats folder, and player wait for child stats. Now, if stats f and stats f find first child devil fruit, then okay. So let me quickly go through this one. So if a new player has been added, and well, if a new player has been added, then this whole code right here runs. This part right here, it creates a variable which refers to the stats folder of our player. Now, if this stats folder exists, and if this stats folder contains an instance called devil fruit, which it obviously does, because as you guys have seen, there is this devil fruit value which holds our devil fruit's name. So if those two requirements are true, then we can move on. Also, this second requirement right here requires the first one to be true, because if there is no stats folder, then you also do not have this devil fruit value right here. But the first requirement is independent from the second one, because the second one requires the first one, but the first one does not require the second one. So the existence of the stats folder does not require the devil fruit's value, but the existence of the devil fruit's value requires the stats folder, So if there is this devil fruit value instead of there, then we can move on. Let's create a folder instead of this replicated storage, and let's call this one the F. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the following. So find the app, game, get service, replicated storage. So we're going to refer to this folder right here. And then find first child. Then this devil fruit values value. So what is this folder going to do? This folder is going to hold some local scripts which are going to be responsible to create the attacks later on, okay? So that's the whole purpose of this folder right here. What we're trying to do is that we are looking for, sorry, I just had to go AFK. So the whole purpose of this folder is that it holds local scripts which result in our attacks. And what this variable right here does is that it basically just refers to the local script which belongs to our devil fruit. So it at least tries to refer to it. And if this local script is there, then it is going to clone this local script. So local clone, so it is going to clone this one. Then it is going to put this one inside of the player's backpack. Then it is going to enable this one. And yeah, so this is it. Now let's create this local script called Gomu inside of here, otherwise the script will cause issues. Or could cause issues, probably not, because we have we are using checks right here, and we are like being pretty cautious with this one. But yeah. Now, I'm going to, yeah, just deal with the attacks in the next episode. So with those Gomu attacks. So if you have any attacks, then let me know. Okay. What we are going to do now is that we are going to just, yeah, we are just quickly going to script this devil fruit remover right here. So this devil fruit removing fruit, let's say. Okay. So let me clone this this Gomu fruit. And let's call this one devil fruit remover. What this one is going to do, so we are first of all going to change the appearance of this one. And I'm going to remove the stem, and I'm going to make the handle look very, very ugly. So very, very awful. Because at the end, we have this, or at the end, this fruit right here should represent the characteristics of this remover. You know? Ghost gray, I don't know. Let's just keep it like this. Now let's move it inside of your bag again. Now, instead of eat fruit, just write remove fruit, you know? So remove fruit. And now let's go back inside of this df script. And let's go up here. And we have to add another check. So else if val equals remove fruit and player stats devil fruit value does not equal nothing. So this is pretty important. So this one right here is the exact opposite as above here. So above here we have the requirement that the player has no devil fruit eaten yet, and down here we have the requirement that the player has to, or the player has a devil fruit. Okay. Now we have to just do the same right here. So this tool check. And instead of having v.name as devil fruit's value, we are going to have nothing. And we can just keep those things as they are. And this is actually it, guys. So we're now done with the devil fruit remover. And let's quickly test this out. Let's see if it works. So let me go inside of here and let me, yeah, just select this devil fruit right here. Now, let me try to eat this Gomu fruit. As you can see, it does not work. Now, let me try to eat the remover. And this one does work. It also changes my value. And now I should be able to eat this Gomu fruit right here. And one more thing. Take a look at this backpack, okay? So you can take a look at the value right here from the properties tab. And you will also take a look at the backpack to see if this Gomu script right here is being created. And it is not being created. And let me just quickly tell you why. Because we did not make script react to sudden changes. It only reacts, or it only works when you're like joining the game. So now when this whole thing has saved, we should have the thing inside of our backpack. Okay, we do not do so. Let's see why. Yaf. Stats. Find devil fruit. Okay, so this is actually weird because so let's play this game and let's see if it works now. So it is able to find the stats folder and the devil fruit value, but it is not able to do the rest. Find first child. Stats F, find first child, devil fruit value. It could possibly be that this code right here runs way too fast. So it actually tries to you know, look out for a local script which is called nothing, and then just fails. But well, that's not the case as well. Okay, so this is pretty weird, to be honest. Wait. Look, the issue is that we have a remote event called the F. So instead of having this the F right here, just have devil fruit attacks. Now this should work. Let's see if it works now. Now it does. Now it does work. Alright. So what we also could do is that we make this thing react to sudden changes, so sudden in quotation marks. So we have to refer to the Delphi's value and then change connect function. And then let's add an argument right here. So this argument just represents the new value this value has changed into. So if v is not nothing, then we want this right here to happen. Okay, so let me eat this remover. So one more thing we could script for this remover, and one more thing we should script for this one as well, is that it actually checks whether there are some local scripts inside before. You get me? So wait. I'm just gonna structure some things. So I'm gonna wrap this inside of a function. So this one right here is going to work inside of this function instead of just, you know, having this code right here multiple times. We're just going to have it once inside of this function. So clone the f script and clone the f script. So what I basically meant is that we are going to loop through the backpack. And we are like basically going to check whether the backpack already contains a local script of a devil fruit, of a former devil fruit, for example, and that we just clear that up, because this could potentially be the case when you like eat a devil fruit remover, and the devil fruit remover didn't like clear up the previous devil fruit, and then you have like the local script for the attacks of your previous devil fruit and of your new devil fruit now, and this could, you know, potentially happen. Therefore, let's just do it this way. So if v is a local script and game get service, devil fruit attacks, find first child, v name, then v destroy. And there we go. And we also should put this outside of this check, because this check right here, it only works when your devil fruit value changes to a certain devil fruit. But what about the case when you reset your devil fruit, you know? So when your devil fruit value turns to nothing. So I think that this devil fruit local script removing code right here should run like every time when you change your devil fruit. Does not matter if you change it to another devil fruit or if you change it to nothing and then to devil fruit, you know. So it just should run always. So let me just quickly go through it. So we are looping for our backpack, and then we are checking whether the instance we're currently at is a local script, and that it has a representation, means it has an instance inside of the self-read attack script, which could potentially be this local script, okay? So if those two cases are met, then we are destroying the local script, which is inside of our backpack. And then we are like basically checking if the devil fruit value has changed to another devil fruit, means it is not nothing, then we just do this clone the f script work right here. Okay, and this is it. So let me just test this out once again. Let's see if it works, but it should work fine. So let's take a look inside of this backpack. So we have this Gomu right here, means that it has successfully loaded. So let me hit the script. As you can see, the Gomu thing's removed, and now it is back there again. And yeah, so this turns out to work fine. Right, guys, so with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all your friends, leave me feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next episode. The next video, I mean.